Morning.
Good morning. It is now about 8:51 a.m. It says on the TV. We are about halfway between Havana, Cuba and the port of New Orleans. We are up and about. We've had our room service breakfast delivered. It was really tasty. We had lots of pastries and
Yogurt,
fruit, and some cereal. It was nice to have it delivered today because they're still doing the backward service. They serve you instead of you serving yourself at the buffet, so we figured it'd be easier to do that for breakfast. Today's our last day here at Sea. And
back in New Orleans tomorrow.
Yeah, we got an invite from the cruise ship to do a vodka tasting at the vodka bar, the Sky Bar they call that. So we're gonna go and check it out and bring that to you too. Otherwise, we have no real big plans for today, but
no, we gotta pack,
unwind.
Gotta unwind. We have Cagney's tonight.
Steakhouse tonight, Cagney's for dinner. And we'll check back with you in a little bit.
So here we are on deck 16. This is Spice H2O. There's 2 jacuzzis, water feature, got a nice bar, and this is one of the smoking sections on the ship. Nice screen. As you're leaving Spice H2O, you can go down this hallway towards the video arcade in Margaritaville.
The killer door.
And this door that has no sensor on the outside, so it will close on you.
Just like that.
Like it just did. There's the Entourage, the teen club. And to the right is the chill bar for Margaritaville. Straight ahead is the video arcade. Margaritaville to the right, where they're serving breakfast currently. Lots of racing games. And we get into the ticket games, the shooting games. Seems to be well organized. Guitar Hero. This is Margaritaville, currently serving breakfast.
Whoa.
There's the
Yeah.
rock wall just outside Margaritaville and the jogging track. Also, we have the water slides up on deck 16. The ropes course is up on 17 with the walk the plank, which hangs just over the side of the ship. Water slides empty down into the holding area down here next to the kiddie pool. And the jogging track continues around in a circle, and the rest of deck 16 continues on to some sun loungers with their sun out. Down there we have the main pool, the adults only area. It's windy out on deck this morning, so hopefully the wind isn't too bad on the volume right now. I'm not quite sure how good or bad the wind noise is on this camera. If everything I'm saying is then it's not great. We'll find out. And then down from 16 is the main pool. This is the starboard side of the ship, and that would be the port side. There's 4 hot tubs and the waves bar down here. Over here is the second of the smoking areas on the ship, the enclosed box that some people call a penalty box, some people call the terrarium, but from the reports, generally nobody's happy about it. And it's between the 2 lounger sections over here on the port side. And then if you keep going aft, you'll reach the garden buffet.
The kids area is so cute.
Before that is the little kids splash area with a cute pirate theme. Up there is Margaritaville, where we just were. There's another staircase going up. And then here's the entrance to the garden buffet. And conveniently located across from the garden buffet is yet another bar, which is usually pretty empty. So it's a good tip for people who are trying to find a drink somewhere. I'm not drinking, thank you though. And then here's the garden buffet, which you've seen before. And to the left of the garden cafe is a drink station, juice and beverages. And the secondary entrance. And here's the other side, another staircase up to Margaritaville. Towel station on the side of of each on each side of the ship, they have a towel station next to the pool bar, which are great, but they certainly will charge you if you don't return them. So make sure that if you do get a towel, you don't just leave it around and hope it magically returns, or else they will charge you. Just inside from the pool area is the entrance to the spa and the thermal suites down there. Here's each floor has a map of the ship and lets you know what's going on every single floor. Just in case you're confused and not sure where anything is or what you want. Deck 8, we have La Cucina, the Italian specialty restaurant, over to the side here. And then on the left, we have Sid Norman's Poorhouse, which is a great bar if you can get in. It's incredibly small and certainly not large enough for the size of the ship that we're on. And just in front of that is the Sunset Bar, which is a great bar. A lot of people really like it. La Cucina. And just past Sid's over here, we have the Humidor, the cigar lounge, where there's only cigar smoking allowed. Then as you leave Sid Norman's and the Sunset Bar, you approach the main atrium, and you can see the large chandelier hanging down from the ceiling, which changes colors occasionally, or sometimes it just stays one. It's a very nice chandelier, not as nice as the one on the Vista, but it's still very nice. And then this area circles around to the right. Over here is the Sky Vodka Ice Bar. This $20 cover, and you can go in and get 3 drinks in the ice bar. They give you jackets. And this is the Sugarcane Mojito Bar, where they serve a large variety of mojitos. Also, this is where the piano player plays during the evening time. He's very good. Just outside that is the duty-free liquor store, the Sandbar, and their Trade Winds duty-free shops. On the other side over here is the Raw Bar, where they serve lots of a la carte raw food. Ocean Blue, the seafood restaurant, and then Wasabi. Down from there we have the ship's gear stores, which are oddly in a hallway. It gets it out of their way, but it's sort of inconvenient if you want to buy things, because you have to flag one person down to get your purchases taken care of. Single purchase shop environment is much more convenient. And then we have some watches. It's the last day, so we'll be having lots of sales today. Here's where they have these 3D crystals that you can get photos and have them put in. And here's the photo shop, where they have, they do all the photo frames.
We have a picture with us, but we have a picture. Did you get 8 pictures?
Got lots of different towel animal frames, even though Norwegian has stopped towel animals. Some leftover Christmas frames that they couldn't get rid of. These are where you pick up your photos if you take them. Each room has a category on your key card, so you know what color and numbers to come and pick up your photos at if you take any photos on the cruise. You can also view them on the various screens that are around. the Tides Boutique, where they have clothing and accessories, t-shirt sales.
Did my dad find anything? Yep. Almost one.
Now, one slightly confusing thing about this boat is if you need sundries, toiletries or medicine or snacks or anything, you would think it would be in one of the other areas, but it is buried in the back of the watch and diamond store.
This is your favorite photo,
Here is where
and that'll
those
be
are
open
located.
until 11 o'clock tonight. Happening on the poolside at 11:50 as well, we have the ice carving demonstration. Following on from that, on this.
And then just north of that is straight ahead of that is the entrance to Maderno and Cagney's.
We'll find it later.
Also on deck 8. We'll be going to Cagney's for dinner tonight. To the left is the bake shop, where you can purchase bakery items, a la carte.
Getting it eaten today.
And just outside is the waterfront, and all of the bars and restaurants on the waterfront have an external bar as well. Here's the outside of the bake shop is the gelato store, and then here's the outside of Maderno. If you continue down here, I have a couple telescopes you can look out of the sea
Oh, I
on,
forgot about those.
which we have forgotten about and didn't use at all.
Probably not.
Probably not. We have the lifeboat / tenders to the side here. And outside here is the outdoor seating area for Ocean Blue. They have an external area where you can get lobster rolls and crab toast. And then if you keep going down, here's the outdoor bar for Sid Norman's. A lot of people who couldn't get in Sid Norman's enjoyed coming out to the outdoor bar. There's the entrance to Sid Norman's. And then straight ahead is the giant chess game, which is directly in front of a door, which is extremely inconvenient. Fun to play, but it's also people walking in and out of your game as they're walking in and out of the door.
Nicely pressed and 67 degrees Fahrenheit or 19 degrees Celsius. And thank you for your attention. I hope you have enjoyed the cruise with us. Enjoy the day and see you around. Bye bye.
And then straight across. Picks up, and they have the other half of the waterfront. We have the external seating for La Cucina. what we used to get into Grand Cayman the other day, since there are so many ships in port. And the external seating for the sugarcane mojito bar, Cuban themed mural, and an external bar as well. And then here's the external entrance to all the ship stops and duty-free stores. More binoculars. Going through there. And then the last stop on this side of the waterfront is the external seating for Cagney's. And that extends down here. Inside, this is Cagney's over here, and on the other side is Moderno, the churrascaria. And then we can go down to deck 7. On the back of deck 7 is the Tropicana room. That is as aft as you can go on deck 7. And then if you go forward from that, you're going to be entering the casino. This is where appropriately named Bar 21 is located, and Shanghai's Noodle Bar. And the Bliss Ultra Lounge. This is what it looks like with no lights and action going on. Casino extends all the way around the edge of the atrium. There's the high dollar poker tables. And then if you keep going forward from the casino, you'll enter into Oceans. Oceans open 23 hours a day. They say 24, but they are only open 23 hours a day, and they close for an hour inside. And they also have a separate seating area if you like, and that overlooks their atrium. The Gateway Theater is this direction. If you have any shows or anything, that's where they're at. Those are off to the side here, past the box office. And down this way. All shows are ticketed events. You have to pre-purchase your tickets ahead of time, and they'll check the tickets of each person as you come in by scanning your card. Currently, they have a cruise information seminar going on right now.
You can see right down. Makes me a little bit queasy when I stand there. Safety center on the bridge, we have safety center, and this monitors and remotely operates the watertight doors and fire screen doors and fire smoke alarms throughout the ship.
There's a box office if you want to purchase your tickets in person and not ahead of time or on the app or on the various touchscreens they have on the ship. And these are the touchscreens they have around the ship. You can just touch them and get information on whatever you want and how to get there. You can click on an item and then click map, and it'll tell you how to get there if you're not quite sure. It'll tell you exactly what steps to take to get to the location with flashing information and arrows. So they're pretty good about telling you how to get someplace if you don't know where it's at.
Would be really nice if this was on the app.
Yes. It would be nice if this were included on their app.
On the app?
On their app, I said.
Well, on their app. Oh, let's go back. Excursion. This is our excursion.
The only excursion left because we're in port tomorrow.
Right.
And then downstairs from deck 7 is deck 6, which is where the main atrium is and most of the ship events go on. To the left is the Illusionarium, where the Cirque Dream show is, and they also have Wine Lovers the Musical in here.
Under the ice. He spends like 6 hours under the ice.
Yeah.
Good breathing section, and his partner waited for him. Stood there, waited, and it was dark. Everybody left. He sat there and waited. Here he comes out of the water.
Oh, what a friend. I'd wait for you.
Lots of escape artist tools of the trade. Board of all the officers on the ship. Artwork with lots of butterflies forming a concentric pattern.
Oh, that's pretty.
And then straight ahead is guest services, Cruise Next, where you can book your next cruise should you desire, or any shore excursions that you would want to take. Onboard credit issues to deal with and fix. Main atrium with a largest view screen where they'll occasionally show movies and trivia. In here we have the atrium bar and the ever popular Starbucks. standard Starbucks menu. Upstairs, being ringed by oceans. They have the disembarkation luggage tags out for people to pick up so they can mark their luggage. And then forward from that is the French restaurant, Le Bistro. And on the other side is the Headliners Comedy Club. And past that is Teppanyaki. Right now there's an art auction going on. And then continuing forward to the Mix Bar, which is right outside the restaurant Savor and Taste. Now there's no difference in any of the food that's served in Savor and Taste, it's just the decor, and the servers are different. So Savor's over here on the right. And then Taste is over here on the left. And then if you continue forward, it ends in the model of the ship. And then below deck 6 there is just the tender lobby and medical center.